Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of The Agent's Edge. My name is Ryan Polimeni. Today we're going to talk about how to get the right people in your organization and get the wrong ones out. And this is an interesting topic to me because, as someone who employs a lot of people, you always have to make those really tough decisions. And so I'm talking to you today. Maybe you are on the fence about hiring your first person. Maybe you already have a staff, but you're on the fence about firing some people. It's the hardest part about being an employer. I got to tell you, it's that journey of hiring and firing, and that journey of finding the right people is so difficult. And I went back and I'm rereading that book, Good to Great by Jim Collins. Some of you who are personal development people, you know it. If you have not read the book, I highly recommend Good to Great. I read that book about 10 years ago, and it's been a long time since I read it, so I started picking it up and reading it again. And it's reminded me so much of all the things that I'm doing wrong. I think that's just really what makes a good book a great book. It's one of those things where you're like, shoot, I know I should be doing this, but I'm not. Or I know I should be, but I just need that little extra boost to make changes in my organization. And what I love about what he talks about is who, not what. Meaning this. And this is something that you need to focus on. So many of you are so focused on the next 5 years and having all your next 5 years laid out and exactly what your goals are, where you're going, blah, blah. And I get all that. Don't get me wrong. It's not bad to have goals. But the question that I have for you is who's going along the journey with you? Not what. The what is where you're going. The who is who's coming along with you. And in the book, what he talks about is getting the right people on the bus first, getting the wrong people on the bus, getting off the bus, because if you have the right people on the bus, you'll figure out where the destination is going to be, and you're going to get to the destination a lot faster, right? Because if you're on the bus just driving along by yourself and you're going, okay, I got to get here, well, you can get there. But what if you had 10 really good people around you going, hey, but if you take that shortcut, if you know how to do it over here, if you take that turn, right, you have a lot of people now working towards that same goal to get you to where you want to be. But it's with the right people. And I know sometimes it's really hard to let go of that staff member that you should have done a long time ago, to let go of that producer that's just draining the energy down, but you love her and you love him. And it's like, man, I really want the best for them, but they don't want the best for themselves, right? See, that's part of people holding you down. And as a business owner, I don't care if you are solo right now, I don't care if you're a solo advisor agent watching this, be very clear. If you are a 1099 agent advisor, you are a business owner. And by being a business owner means that you are going to have to start making some decisions. And it starts with building the best team humanly possible around you. You cannot get great by yourself. I've had to remind myself of that at times too. Our ego and arrogance gets in the way sometimes when everything is going right and you think you could do it. And all of a sudden you get your butt whooped and you're like, wow, okay, maybe I do need more people around me. Maybe I do need this to grow, or it's a reality check that you need. So if you're needing a reality check right now, I'm giving it to you. You will not be able to build a successful organization by yourself. If you are trying to scale your business 10x like everybody talks about, you're not going to do that by yourself. And I'm tired of hearing people say that you can. It is not feasible to think that you can 10x your business by yourself. You need you need great people around you at all times. And here's the problem. The problem is going to be there are going to be great people that are going to come into your lives and you can't afford to pay them. So what do? Well, you have two options. You can either pass it along or you can figure out a way. Some of you go, well, how do you figure out a way? Lots of different ways. Negotiate, take out a loan, pay their salary. I don't care what you have to do. If you got great people around you and in your mind you're going, this person has to come work for me. This person has to be a part of our team. I just don't know. Guess what? You don't know what's going on in that person's life either. Maybe you think that they love their $80,000 a year job, but they're miserable. And they'll work for $60,000 to be a part of something special that's got a bigger vision, something that they want to be a part of long term, and they're willing to work for a little bit less because at the end of it, there's a lot more for them. What are they looking for? And I love what Jim Collins talked about in his book. He made a comparison, and it's really hit home with me. He made a comparison amongst the 3 top electronic companies, really kind of in the 90s when everything was going crazy. And y'all remember Circuit City. Maybe some of you that don't really remember it, but Circuit City was one of the big players out there, right? They were the Best Buy of the world back in the day. And in the book, he was talking about after Christmas and after all the holidays were over, all the other retail stores had signs hanging down from their buildings, 50% off, 75% off, end of holiday sales. But Circuit City had one banner that always flew. And the banner said, hiring great people. There's a big difference. When most companies were laying off their seasonal workers, Circuit City said, we want great people. Don't care where you come from. Don't care where you are. We want you. If you're great, we want you. And I think that as you build your organization, you start thinking about great people. Who's going on the bus with you? Who do you need to let go? Seriously, who is the staff member it's just time to let them go? Meaning like you have a standard here and they're working here, but you've been tolerating this when you need this. You see, those are tough conversations to have. But this, right, this mediocrity between here and where you need to be is what's holding you back. It's slowing you down. And as a business owner, it's costing you money, and you can't afford to be held down. If you know where you're going and the people that are on the bus have a different vision, or they're the ones in the back weighing it down, you gotta let it go. Because if you get in the habit of doing that and you get in the habit of tolerating mediocrity, you'll have a mediocre company. You will never have a great company. Jim Collins or not, whatever. Just that's common sense. So I really wanted to hit on that because I think that through life, you're going to meet some people that you're going to be like, I don't know what is about them, but I got to have them. Don't be afraid to approach that person. Don't be afraid to reach out. You never know where it's going to go. I get people that reach out to me all the time, and I never expected that. Glad you did. I reached out to people, go, man, listen, I don't know what it is about you, but I just need you to come work with me. We'll figure it out, right? We'll figure out pay. I'll give you a prime example. When I bought one of the marketing companies that I own, that was a really, that was a big acquisition for me. And I don't take any investors. That was my own personal money. And the deal that I made, that was a stretch. It was a stretch on some of the things because I had to come up with a set amount every single month. And I was like, wow, it's just the biggest check I ever had to write. It's the biggest salary I've ever had to pay. But we figure out a way. And since we've done that, my organization has grown over 30% this year. So those scary moments that you're being held back because you don't know, take a leap forward. Take that leap of faith. If you believe that it's the right person, the right situation, it's time to let go a little bit and take that leap of faith. You never know where it's going to go. You never know where that's going to lead to. And some of the biggest, jumps that I've taken in my business have gone when I've becoming really uncomfortable, made a decision, figured it out along the way, and it's worked out. Some haven't, some do, but the ones that do could absolutely change your business. So my message to you today is get the right people on the bus. Take your time. Be patient. We all want billion-dollar organizations. I understand. But take your time and find the right people. If you know that the person you're interviewing is not right, but you got to fill a position, don't do it just to do it. Take your time. Put the right people on the bus and watch how fast your organization begins to move. Listen, thank you so much for watching. I know it's been a little bit different from the content that I've been dropping lately, but I hope it's been helpful for you. Let me know if you have anything that you like. Hit the like button. Let me know any comments that you have. Comment below. Hit the subscribe button. Like always, we'll see you on the next episode. Take care.